Hey UConn Nation, it's KK Arnold here. If you're looking for the latest UConn women's basketball content, go subscribe to Listen Up to Phil and Ryan. Go Huskies!
Phil and Ryan back on Listen Up. First of all, welcome back from Vegas, Ryan. We are both in Maryland again, so it's finally back to normal. Ryan, before we get down into it, Memorial Day, as the sun goes down, the rain's still sticking to the windows. Let's just take a brief moment of silence on Listen Up to thank the men and the women who have served this great country and who continue to serve it. So, Ryan, I ask that you put your mic on mute as we take a moment of silence on this Memorial Day. All right, Phil and Ryan, listen up. Ryan, I got a quick story to share for you before we get down into this Paige Bueckers news. It feels like every other episode I'm telling you about Paige Bueckers. It never changes, huh? And we love it. We all know that you love it. Ryan, I know you got a lot to tell me. Hopefully, you have some more updates for me. I want to hear some more about Vegas and some more updates on your end. I know it's all season, so I want to tell you this quick story. Have a little bit of fun for everybody out there and you. I was walking out of my main job the other day, right? A security guard that used to work with me, one of my main mans. That's my main man, my main guy. So I work with his wife. No names mentioned, but anyhow, she was walking out with me the other night, and it was crazy because I appreciate him so much. According to her, he tunes in a lot and watches you and I. And the other night, I guess she was calling his name to for ask him to do a favor for her or whatever. And she goes, yeah, she says, she tells me, I ask him like, what are you doing? What are you watching on your phone? And he looks at her and he goes, shh, it's Phil and Rye. And and I'm like, oh, that's a good one for Rye. So Rye, I'll zip it right there and I will leave it to you on this May 27th, Memorial Day 2024.
No, always appreciate anybody that watches. Definitely appreciate him for tuning in. Can't thank all of you guys enough. But yeah, finally back from Vegas. Glad to be back home. It was fun the week I was gone. Glad I got to record an episode up there that was a little bit different. But yeah, just enjoyed being away for a little while. Got to see some shows. Went to a very cool art museum and just walked around, kind of experienced a little different culture up there and a little different style. So got to see all of the flashing lights, the big buildings. So it's definitely something really different to see up there. But getting back down into business, as we of course have more UConn Husky news, and like you said, again covering something surrounding Paige Bueckers, as she had a message as Edwards and Muhl faced off for the first time in their WNBA professional careers. And I think it was just four short words that Paige Bueckers had for Edwards and Muhl, and she said, "So proud, my sisters," with that teary-eyed emoji again. So maybe this is Paige having another proud mama moment like she did during the draft night. But I'm sure it's fun for all the current Husky players to watch their former teammates play in the W, and hopefully it provides them with some type of motivation to also make it to the next level, because we'd love to see everybody that plays on UConn be able to make it to the professional level, of course. But it was very cool on Saturday night to see Nika and Aaliyah face off against one another, and they will see each other again two times in August. Hopefully by that time Nika Muhl will receive more playing time. She's only played in two games for the Storm so far, two of them actually on the court for the same time. Of course, we did expect Aaliyah Edwards to kind of have an immediate impact for the Mystics and be in the starting lineup right away. So far, she's averaging 21 minutes per game and 6.5 points for Washington. But for Nika, it's kind of been a crazy start to her professional career. She's had some difficulty with her visa. I was reading with the approval between the U.S. and Croatia, unfortunately. So because of that, like I said, she's only been able to play in 2 games with the Storm for only a total of 7 minutes. So hopefully Nika can kind of settle in with her new team, get some more minutes, and kind of work her way up to the top in the lineup. And I'm definitely looking forward to watching both of them for the remainder of the season. And it should be fun to watch them face off again against one another in those 2 games in August.
Yeah, it should be fun. Austin and Anita, want to credit him for running the sticks for us tonight. It should be fun to post this video for everybody. Let me tell you, because all season news, yeah, some people say, well, it doesn't really matter. You talk, talk, talk. Well, I told you, Ryan, we want to try to always get UConn women's basketball involved in our conversations, whether it's in season, off season. And I told you, it's nothing better than highlighting Paige Bueckers' proud moments, proud mama moments, right? And this was another one. So instead of coming on and just talking about Aaliyah Edwards and Nika Muhl, like we should be doing because they're former Huskies. But notice how I say former Huskies. So Ryan, it's a good way to tie in UConn and now the WNBA. I want to get your take too. Credit Athlon Sports actually for I think both of so Bueckers' heartwarming forward message to Nika Muhl and Edwards. So that was from Athlon Sports. And then credit Athlon Sports, Ryan, for bringing us this news. Paige Bueckers' vacation photos are turning heads. So, Ryan, this is a basketball star, mind you. All right. So, what's your take on these two that I'm getting ready to throw at you? These two topics. Ryan, she's starting to gain fashion fans out there, right? Fashion fans who are into clothing styles, and she's posting all kinds of great vacation photos, and they are, according to this article, Athlon Sports, they are turning heads. Not only that, what is your take on the Washington Mystics? Now, I know you told me you're like, Phil, calm down. It's still early, and I tried to stay calm, but I just can't. The Mystics. Now, I don't want any team to outside of UConn, maybe, but I don't really want to see teams suffer and lose a lot, right? But in this case, first, what's your take on the vacation photos? Bueckers gaining fans outside of basketball, but then Ryan, Paige Bueckers. I won't even say anymore. I think you and everybody else know where I'm headed. If the Mystics finish and have that number 1 pick, oh my. Oh my, I think that we all know what's on Phil's mind.
Yeah, well, I think if Paige Bueckers started a clothing line or some sort of, theme with the fashion stuff, I think that would probably go absolutely bananas. I think that would go crazy. We kind of got to see a little snippet of it when she was at the draft and everybody was dressed up very nicely. But that would be very, very interesting if she does something with that. I think that would definitely be pretty crazy stuff. But yeah, I think for the Mystics, I think with they were always pretty solid, of course, with Elena Deladon, and I think they've lost some players. Unfortunately, struggling a little bit this season. Of course, like I said to you earlier, there's still a very, very long way to go in this WNBA season, but there is a good possibility, perhaps, that Paige Bueckers does make an appearance next year as a Washington Mystic. It would be pretty interesting if the Mystics, obviously they have a Leah Edwards, and then if they draft Paige Bueckers, that would be quite the duo to get 2 UConn Huskies back to back. So still a long way to go. But that would be something really fun to watch if those two can be on the same team in the WNBA.
I don't think I would be able to hold on to the steering wheel if that happens. So, Ryan, I'll have to ask you now, will you drive me down to the box office to purchase season tickets if that happens?
Yeah, yeah, you might have to. You might have to.
Comment time. Thanks to all of our subs for coming through on that last video, Ryan. Comments, expectations for UConn Huskies loaded rookie class. Bill says, yes, I agree. Q is very skilled player, sweet jumper, and a ton of confidence. Major shout out to KK for hitting that money three to advance the team to the Final Four. Women's basketball. Women's basketball.
Yeah, I mean, all the freshmen really stepped up big for us last year. I think Q can definitely improve in a lot of spots, and I think she definitely will. But I think unfortunately, I think it's going to be hard for her to maybe get some playing time. Kaden Samuels, of course. But who knows? She might really improve during the off season, really impress us during summer workouts. I believe these summer workouts coming in about 2 weeks. So probably have a couple of videos here about the summer workouts already. But I think Cadence, as she continues to work hard during the off season and impress Gino during the summer workouts, she could definitely receive more minutes. And of course, we expect KK and Ashlyn to only get better and better from here. They both have a lot of potential. And of course, we have some very talented freshmen coming in from high school now. So we love to see all of this young talent, all these freshmen and sophomore players now that we have on UConn.
Jason D'Amico, Ryan. Jason D'Amico. First, congrats to Amy and Dylan. Vegas. Oh, how I miss Vegas. Jason must have been there, Ryan. I'm going to echo most of our awesome subs. I just want our rookies to be healthy. Peace.
Yeah, yeah, I think everybody can definitely agree on that. We don't want to see any more injuries this year. Hopefully we can finally break the bad luck streak that we've had with all these injuries. But definitely still a lot of depth this season for sure. Only 14 players I believe so far haven't filled that last roster spot. It's getting later and later now, so I don't know if we'll actually fill that last 15th spot on the roster. But even if we don't, there's still a lot of depth on this team for sure. Obviously hoping for no injuries, but we have a lot of forwards, a lot of guards on this team, and like I just said, so much young talent on this team as well.
All right, Billy Bob. Strong will be day one starter. Other two off bench in garbage time. Well, Ryan, I wouldn't say garbage time. I mean, I would say learning time. How about that? On stacked roster, Sarah taking minutes away from Ice Brady and Patterson. Certain talented players don't like being jumped. Good luck, Gino, managing the egos. I don't think I mean, look, I mean, I sometimes you want the ball all the time, but I don't really think that I've seen that a whole lot from our years covering uh UConn women's basketball. Ryan, it seems like that they do a great job working together as a team.
Yeah, fortunately, I don't really think that's a problem here at UConn. I think everybody, like you said, kind of supports each other, no matter how many minutes they do or don't receive. I think everybody's a great teammate to each other, support one another in every single game. Like I said, whether they're starting or coming off the bench. But yeah, it's definitely going to be tough. We've been talking about it the whole off season is how Gino's going to get everybody into this lineup and spread out the minutes. But I definitely could see definitely a good possibility of Sarah Strong making an immediate starting appearance in the starting five. So it's going to be really interesting. But yeah, I think Ice Brady, Ayanna Patterson, they're definitely going to play. Whether they'll be in the starting lineup, it's still a long way to go.
No duty is more urgent, Ryan, than that of returning thanks. Ryan, to all of them on this Memorial Day, May 27th. Thank you. Phil and Ryan, listen up.